We were living in Santa Rosa, which is a town in Northern California, and a film company came on location, and they just needed some little girl to drop an ice cream cone. I couldn't read, of course. I was only in kindergarten, so the lines were read to me, and I learned them, you know, just from hearing them. It was what I was told to do, and I did as I was told, and I was kind of a dutiful child. I got a lot of good training, because I was very often the daughter of very famous actors, you know, and so I got a chance to work with them and have sort of a on-the-job, on-the-spot training, as it were, instead of going to an acting school.
So awfully cheap.
Well, I know that, but this is something that you can't.
And that was going to be the first time I was ever kissed, you know, when I was 15 and all that, and I was very excited. I became sort of rebellious at that age, and I really fell in love with that part and wanted to do it very badly. And got into a big fight with my parents because they didn't want me to do it because the picture was sort of against parents and all of that. So I threatened to run away from home and become an actual juvenile delinquent unless I was given the chance to test for the part. On the very last day of filming, Nick Ray realized that he didn't ever have a close-up of James Dean and myself in the love scene in which I say, you know, Jimmy, I love you. And the welfare worker came over and said, oh no, time's up, you know, Natalie's, she can't work anymore today. So my mother took this fellow aside, and she had put a amount of money in an envelope, and she said, well, Natalie has got her schooling in now, hasn't she? I had worked so much, you know, since I was a child, all during my childhood, that really by the time I was sort of 20 or 21, I didn't really have a very clear perception of myself. You know, I was Betty Davis's daughter, or Maureen O'Hara's daughter, or Jimmy Stewart's daughter, or something like that. But I mean, you know, I was sort of discombobulated. Well, I've always been terrified, still am, of water, dark water, sea water, or, you know, river water.